Emu really out here trying to sink the entire planet into the ocean. Regular humans, I mean, considering y'all can swim, assuming you can, y'all gonna be alright. Fishmen, y'all straight. Devil fruit users, y'all about to get drunk off some H2O. Vegapunk really out here starting his whole documentary on surviving the Gorosei. Yeah, them parties must be crazy.
And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
We're slowly getting deeper and deeper into the final saga. The Straw Hats and the Gorosei have finally engaged in actual combat. There's no longer subliminals or long distance messaging. They really out here and they straight fighting. We're yet to fully understand how strong they actually are in terms of like abilities and feats and stuff. But my question really relates to the questionable reactions, interactions, moments, and feats to some capacity we've seen from both the Gorosei and the Straw Hats in the final saga. My question is, are they finally ready to face the Gorosei head to head? Yo, so whenever I look at my YouTube analytics, a lot of people who actually watch my channel are actually from my YouTube recommendations. Y'all not even subscribed. So, if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of content, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button too. Thanks. Last chapter was fully loaded. I'm talking Chipotle double chicken and cheese and guac and the beans and the rice and the entire salad bar. I'm talking fat with a PH. Luffy pretty much fought the entire Gorosei with the exception of Emu, Nuzjuro, and Marcus Mars. And from the exchange we've seen so far, we can clearly see that Luffy got that Barry Bonds potential. Gear 5 is powerful. We all know this. Kaido, shut up. Dude probably out here tweaking in the grave or the One Piece afterlife where older Sense characters where he no longer using them, but they not a part of the story no more. Now the problem I see is that Gear 5 has a time limit, which is fine because Gear 5 is dangerously busted. And I feel like the time limit is really to kind of balance out the broken abilities of Gear 5 while also giving it a drawback. I mean, it can't be all win-win-win. Unless you're Khaled. Yeah, that was you know what? I'm just gonna backtrack. That was trash. That was whack. I'm just gonna let's skip over. We saw base Luffy use Red Rock on the Gorosei, and not only did it not work, this man was yelling in pain. Now this is Advanced Conquerors, Armament, Observation, Post Wano Luffy. The last time Luffy reacted in this capacity was when he went fist to fist with Katakuri. And back then, I mean, Luffy was cold, but I mean, he wasn't him. Or at least not yet. I would have at least thought that he would have reacted like that when he got clubbed in the head by Kaido's stick. Now, I could be digging a little too deep. Considering we don't really understand the Gorosei's powers in its entirety, this could also tease one last power-up for Luffy before he finally goes against Emu. Well, I mean, it could tease, but it does make you wonder. If Gear 5 runs out, how would Luffy actually size up against Emu? Because we all know once Gear 5 is out, that pretty much sets up Luffy for early retirement. To the extent where, as that's happened retrospectively, he's conveniently had people save him in those specific situations. Luffy and Emu, that fight is written in the stars, and I mean, they definitely going at it 1v1. I mean, Emu might get jumped, but we know that that final confrontation will be 1v1. And until Luffy learns how to regulate that ability or find something borderline on par with Gear 5 in base, I mean, it's not going to be Gear 5, but he going to need something to stand on his own 2 feet. Until he finds that, the boy's not ready. The entire fandom was about to watch Nuzjuro turn Bonnie into a piece of sliced bread. Of course, we sat there and we thought, this man got a sword and this man got a sword. Everybody thinking, yo, that swordplay about to be saucy. Narratively, it would have made sense for Zoro to pull up and save Bonnie just the way she actually saved him against the Celestial Dragon in Sabaody. Full circle moment, circle of life, Simba's born, whatever. Oda hits us with the same misdirection he hits us with Wano by actually having Sanji pull up. It's like when Sanji fought King, and then all of a sudden the fandom was divided between who Sanji was actually going to fight, whether King or Queen. But I think we all truly knew deep down that that fight with King was reserved for my man Noah. I would assume that Oda doesn't like people anticipating what's about to happen in the story. The way this man tries to throw you off track should actually be studied. I feel like Oda the type of dude who gonna sit there and tell you to take a flight from New York to Mexico. You gonna sit there and book a direct flight. We talking 3-4 hours tops. This man will put you through several layovers. You won't even contemplate touching Mexican soil by the time you are done. My personal opinion, Sanji, Zoro, and Jinbei are definitely ready to engage the Gorosei, but I don't think they're ready enough to the point where they can actually finish the job 1v1. So far, we know what their abilities are. They're yokai Zoans, but we really don't know the extent to their actual abilities. Like, the focus isn't to fight the Straw Hats, the focus is more to stop the broadcast, so they're not really going in there with the notion to actually fight. Now, my mind is, if they really moving this busted in some capacity, now imagine if they pulled up to square up. I don't think they have it in them yet to finish off the Gorosei. Call it speculation. But I ain't gonna lie, that kick to the chin that Nuzjuro held probably got him rethinking his entire political career. Testing somebody's chin will do that. Game is game. Saturn does have great offensive powers, but I feel like his regenerative abilities are actually off the charts. To the point where when he first pulled up, I genuinely questioned his competence as a fighter. He got snuffed by Kuma, and we talking like an armament hockey hit too. He got stabbed by Bonnie, and let's be real, that weren't really gonna do nothing. But then he got turned into a frisbee by Luffy. And this dude still moving like he ate a senzu bean. In regards to who would be his final opponent, that's a little tough for me to quantify. I mean, it could easily be maybe Frankie, maybe Robin, even Jinbei. But at this point in time, I don't really know enough to sit there to be able to make those connections yet. Right now, I'm kind of under the impression it might be Robin, because it seems like Robin actually recognizes his voice based on what we saw last chapter. So that could be a connection there. Or it could be like a Robin and Bonnie jump type situation. So I mean, we don't really know at this point. The Gorosei are 6, including Imu. Luffy got Imu. Zoro got Nuzjuro. We got 4 more. Sanji and Jinbei are definitely taking 2. In my personal opinion, I think Robin and maybe Frankie might take another 2. I'm still a little skeptical about those matchups, but yeah, possibility. Or they may end up having to jump. Call it speculation. Vegapunk has finally started talking, and the world's about to sink into the sea. And at this point, this is a crazy term for the story itself. It makes you sit there and question what abilities Imu actually has. It could be a water devil fruit. I mean, the final villain has the most broken devil fruit. So, I mean, that's a possibility. But I feel like in that capacity, it would probably just be way too broken. But to be honest, you just never know. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below. Do you think the Straw Hats are ready to fight the Gorosei? What did you think of the last chapter? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys like it? Let me know your thoughts below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.